this would be a really good thing to kind of pull out. Now, one thing I did forget to do, we should have time, okay, is to drain the yogurt. And I've got just a colander here with some coffee filters in. And this is 2 cups of, ooh, I gotta get the giant one out. 2 cups of yogurt, and you see it has, I'm gonna pour a little bit of this. See, it has a little liquid on it. So we want to get rid of that. So we're going to put it in here. And this is just plain low-fat yogurt, plain. When you go down to get that, don't buy the vanilla. Don't buy the lemon. Don't only get the plain, because it would make a horrible Greek dip if you bought vanilla. All right, so we're going to use some roasted red peppers, which are by the pickles. We're going to set this aside here and let that drain. And you can see already it's draining out there. That's good. Okay. I should have started that a little earlier. Okay, we've got a roasted red pepper, about 1/4 cup of feta. I'll pull this all over here. We've got a little Greek seasoning to make it more Greek. We've got some fresh dill, and we've got some minced garlic. And the fresh dill I chose was, you know, we've talked about this before, the Lighthouse brand. It's freeze dried, so it's not dried like you see in the regular spice aisle. So you use it the same amount as you would for fresh, because it's most like fresh. So we're going to chop up our red peppers, and I did drain these a little bit. They're still kind of, I think this was just 1 giant red pepper. Yes. Usually you get 2. That's like a giant one. All right, and we're just going to kind of chop that up. So again, simple ingredients. You may not have the yogurt in your refrigerator, or the roasted red peppers, but something that you can think of is to make dips out of yogurt rather than doing the sour cream. Going to save you some calories. If you don't like the taste of yogurt in like this, in a dip like this, that's why we're putting all these other ingredients in there. So we're kind of still maintaining the taste. All the different flavors are going to, you know, so you're not going to go, oh, this is yogurt. It's going to be, oh, is this yogurt? This tastes really good. All right, so we got our red peppers. And I want to hear that when you taste it. Do we have to practice? Okay. There's our red pepper. Oops, our red pepper. Our feta. I put in there. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, well, you could put it on your salad. I think if in this particular recipe, if I did not want to put feta, I wouldn't put anything out in it. I would just leave the feta out, because I think if you changed it to, you know, you wouldn't want to use like a fresh mozzarella. That would be wonderful, but I think in order to maintain this, you would want the, yeah. All right, dill. It looks like a lot of dill, but it's good. A little minced garlic. So if you didn't like the feta, leave it out. And our garlic, or our Greek seasoning. Okay, so we got all that. Now, we may just have to put this in a little bit. And we've done this before for one of our, I think with hummus we did, is our wonton wraps that come in the package. You know what, we all know what we're talking about. In the produce department, comes in a package like this, 60 to a package. I took them, I cut them in quarters, and I baked them. And all I did was spray a little bit of cooking spray on there, and put a little bit of salt. They're not salted when you buy them in the package, so you control that salt if you've got that kind of problem. Or if you want to put seasoned salt on it, you want to put garlic powder on it, you want to put whatever, you can do this with, you know, plain chips. Now, on that note, all right, there's no fat in these, which is good. They're 80 calories for 4 pieces. Now that's 4 pieces like that, so that means 16 chips. That's a pretty good serving size. 80 calories. There's 170 milligrams of sodium, not counting what I put on there, and 16 grams of carbohydrates, 3 sugars, 3 proteins. So better than potato chips. I didn't bring a bag of potato chips up here to compare the two, but better than potato chips. I just baked them, didn't deep fry them, whatever. So that's a good alternative to dip. It's really, you really think you're eating potato chips, but you're not, No fat. Yeah. No fat, no saturated, nothing. So I don't really, I guess they're just made out of flour and water and whatever, I don't know. So anyway, I put them in the oven till they looked like this. So it was depending on, I did bake them in a 350 oven, and like I said, all I did, I put them on a plain pan, no parchment, no foil, nothing, just cut them, put them on the pan, sprayed them, sprinkled them with salt, and they just get kind of bubbly, and that's when they're done. And they're crisp. Oh, I should have done it. Is that better? And then you can, I thought about doing it. I did cut these. You got to cut them first before you bake them. When I made them before, I just cut them in triangles and then broke them into pieces. And so either way works. I thought these looked a little bit more professional. How about that? You just have to watch them. All ovens are a little bit different. There's no right or wrong. If you had it at 375, that's perfectly all right. It's not going to take as long to cook them. Now, all right, this should be pretty good. Now, see all the oil, not oil, all the water we collected off here? Probably can still get a little bit more, but for time's sake, we'll just be careful with that. All right. Okay, so we got most of the water off of there. We're going to mix this up. And it comes a pretty color with the green and the red peppers, and the red peppers do sort of tint the yogurt kind of a peachy, orangey color. So we want to make sure we get it all mixed up. And this is one of those, like all dips, you need to kind of let it sit for a little bit, kind of get the flavors blended. All right. We'll just go ahead and... So that makes a nice little dip. This is what 44 calories for, this makes 10 servings. So if we've got 2 cups, 2.5, quarter, that's a pretty good size serving. I probably need a calculator to figure that one out. All right. And for 44 calories, if you ate a little bit more, I don't think it's any big deal. This is all really good for you. The non-fat yogurt is wonderful for you. Gives you your dairy. There's not that much feta cheese in there. The roasted red peppers are good. It's all the dill. It's all good.